So this is a video I truly never wanted to make, but I think 2042 is the end of the Battlefield franchise. 2042 is a flop and failure. That's all there is to it. A couple weeks in, and if we look at the data on Steam, it's showing us that 70% of players have quit playing. Now, I've been playing Battlefield games for the past 10 years, and each title before 2042 puts 2042 to shame. The reason I'm making a rant video, if that's what you want to call it, is because I care about the franchise and I want to see it be successful. I'm making this video also to see what changed at the end of 2042's life cycle and to look back at this video to see what changed. Now obviously 2042 launched in a poor shape with so many bugs and glitches. You could easily tell 2042 needed another 1 to 2 years of development at least. At this point, it's nothing new though in the Battlefield franchise to launch with bugs and glitches. The connection issues were horrible, people's games were crashing, the visual glitches. I could go on and on about all the different bugs and glitches. But since I've been playing Battlefield for the past 10 years, I've gotten used to it, but it's still fucking unacceptable. And I'm also pissed that not only myself, but others as well, paid through $100 fucking paywall just to play such a failure of a launch for 7 days early. It's sad to see Battlefield games launching in such a poor state is such a common thing. Now, Battlefield 2042 is also lacking content and missing core features of the Battlefield franchise. For some reason, it only launched with 22 weapons. There's no class system. No fucking destruction, which honestly is what makes Battlefield Battlefield. Put in some fucking destruction, DICE. The only game modes are 128 player Conquest, 128 player Breakthrough, Hazard Zone, which will be dead in a couple weeks, and Portal. There's no 64 player servers, no TDM, no Rush. There's also no server browser. There's no single player, which is debatable. And then there's no scoreboard or stats page, which honestly, DICE, put in a fucking scoreboard, because a scoreboard is like one of the main fundamental things of any fucking shooter. So put in a goddamn scoreboard. There's no test range or spectator mode. Those are the main ones, but obviously the list is much longer. The only good thing about 2042, in my opinion, is Portal, but even DICE screwed that up because you don't earn as much XP because of the farming problem in 2042, in the Portal game mode. But guess what? I have a solution, DICE. Just turn off XP for when you kill bots. Problem fucking solved. It's not that hard. It's pretty simple actually. So just turn off XP for when you kill bots, and then, problem solved. Then for DICE to put in specialists over the class system is fucking stupid. The class system is what makes Battlefield Battlefield. I mean, if the rumors are true that the next Battlefield game is a hero shooter, then honestly, I think I'm done playing future Battlefields as we know it. And it's sad for me to say that, but why put in fucking specialists? I don't get it, DICE. It was unnecessary and nobody asked for it. Me personally, I think the map designs in 2042 are some of the worst maps I have ever played in any shooter game. There is no flow whatsoever in these maps, at least in the 128 player lobbies. The maps feel way too fucking empty. There is no cover when you're running from objective to objective, and when I'm flying a helicopter, there is no cover for me to hide from any of the fucking stingers because, well, here it is. They abolished the class system, so with this new specialist system, all 64 players can run a fucking stinger. So when I got 20 guys locking onto me, there is nothing I can do about it. There is no cover whatsoever. Put in some fucking cover. And then there is no good maps in this game. It's always which map is the least worst. The maps also have no destruction or levolution. Nothing that makes Battlefield Battlefield. Put in some fucking destruction. Where did it go? Honestly, the maps in this game are just horrible. Next up, whoever is at DICE who is in lead of the user interface needs to be fired, because the UI in this game is horrendous. I don't know why they keep changing the UI in every single Battlefield when it was just fine in the older ones. Also, the plus system is fucking useless, and the UI for that just makes it even more fucking confusing. Just take it out. Just have a basic gun customization, interface, just like in BF4 or just like in Call of Duty. It's not that hard. Just make a working, decent, basic user interface for the entire game. It is not that hard, DICE. Furthermore, Battlefield has a vehicle problem. First of all, the call-in system is broken. You should not be able to call in tanks and hovercrafts, and the amount of hovercrafts on the battlefield at times is fucking ridiculous. And then, even at launch, with how overpowered the hovercrafts were, just the call-in system, you should only be able to call in transports. Because I see myself personally running way too much from objective to objective. So, on top of what they already have, they need to add in more transport vehicles into the maps. Secondly, the vehicle movement of tanks and helicopters and jets just does not feel right. When you compare the movement system of the vehicles in this game to Battlefield 1 or even Battlefield 4, this game, 2042, it feels really clunky, man. And that's also not to mention that barely anyone uses jets in this game because the movement and the use case for them is far less superior than they were in past titles. DICE, I don't know why you keep changing shit, but the movement system that was for the vehicles and BF1 and BF4 were just fine. And in conclusion, I could go on and on about 2042 because trust me, I know I missed some stuff, but this was just the stuff that was at the top of my head. And if Battlefield keeps going in the direction that it is heading into, it's going to fail. It's going to fail miserably. Now, in conclusion, me personally, I have lost faith in DICE. I don't believe in anything they say anymore. I hope they can turn this game around, but like I said, I've lost faith in DICE. And, I thought Battlefield 5 was a shit show. Nah, 2042 was like, you want to see a bigger shit show? I mean, I just cannot believe the incompetence of DICE right now. Like, the 2042 is not a Battlefield game. And honestly, I hate to say it, but I don't think we're ever going to get a Battlefield game like the older ones. And like I said, I hate to say it because I grew up playing Battlefield. I started playing Battlefield when I was in middle school, and now I'm in freaking college, and it's just sad to see the direction that this franchise is heading into. And honestly, I hope they turn this game around, but there's just many more games, many more, better games to be playing at the moment. So, that's all I can say, and, hopefully they can turn 2042 around. That's all I can say. That's all we can hope for at this point.